Hi. Welcome to ENN.
Ray Rowe.
On TV.
Brought to you by our friends at Security Dodge. I'd like to start off this huge, gigantic ENN by saying good evening to Michael.
That's your modus operandi, so let's see what you do.
What is that?
That's your modus operandi, so let's see what you do.
What is that?
That's 22 years. You know what I mean? It takes 22 years. It takes 22 years for someone to really be able to just immediately say something that disrespectful that quickly. Let's say good evening to Don and Hubert. Don. And to myself. Let's all bury Kay and kill him. I'm having real Blair Witch energy right now.
Yeah, right?
That's hard. I can't explain it to everyone. But, guys, welcome to ENN on a Friday. I guess the last Friday studio ENN of all time.
And the first in about 5 years.
Isn't that? Wow. You know what? When you say it like that, Don, it's crazy. You going to miss the NFL announcer lineup?
No. That will be one of the times I will be tuning out.
I heard he was bringing it with him.
No, that's not going to be part of my show. I promise you.
Yeah, he's ending the reindeer game. Now, we're going to have to get into some controversy at some point today. Let's not get into it yet. But we are going to have to talk about it at some point.
I want to tell you one thing about the NFL announcer lineup.
Yeah, it's great.
Since you started doing it, like every Friday, Mushnick writes on the Jet game this week and on the Giant, and it's all over. Like there's people on Twitter that do it too. They now give announcer lineups.
You think I'm an inspiration?
Yeah. Oh, you're a motivator and an innovator.
Speaking of Mushnick, did you finish?
Not yet. I've got one more to go.
You were talking about the Vince McMahon documentary.
Yeah. Mr. McMahon.
Mr. McMahon. Speaking of interesting things to say about Vince McMahon, I'm told Jesse Ventura had interesting things to say about Vince McMahon. He was on Bill Simmons' podcast today.
Mm-hmm. And Simmons produced the Mr. McMahon.
Mr. McMahon. It was announced that Jesse Ventura is coming back to be a part of Saturday night's main event for WWE next Saturday night at Nassau Coliseum. And nearly just as exciting for the public, guess who else is going to be on the coverage of that?
You.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
And not even kidding, legitimately a boyhood dream of mine. And that show, in my heart, like the thing that the same way when you think about your love of baseball as a child, there's probably a specific kind of memory you have listening to games at night, whatever, like the specific thing. For me, finding out that Saturday night's main event was going to be on in place of Saturday Night Live was the greatest thing on earth to me. So the fact that I'm going to be a part of the broadcast next week on NBC, 8 o'clock, next Saturday night, I'm gonna be colleagues for a night with Jesse Ventura. Do you understand how crazy that is?
The governor, we like to call him.
The governor.
Yeah.
The gov.
Would he have come back if Vince McMahon was still in charge?
You know what? I do not know.
Because McMahon did say in the documentary, it's all business. If I think it's good for business, I'll come back.
Well, that's the thing. But Jesse's a very proud guy, too. And you know how he feels about the unionizing and things like that. They had their issues. So I don't know. It was on the table. It was being bantied about, but we assumed that you wouldn't be into it. It was being discussed whether or not Jesse Ventura would stop by the show next Friday.
Why not?
He's doing promo next week, and they was asked.
Do it.
I didn't think you'd say yes.
Really?
You don't know me, do you?
You'd want him on?
I would want Jesse Ventura on the last show I'll ever do with you two guys.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
He's going to come out to Clifton, New Jersey. Let's do it.
It was on the table. I said
I don't want him on the phone. If he's going to come out, I love it.
Okay, if we can't get him in person in Clifton, hold on, hear me out. Would you do him on phone Wednesday or Thursday?
No, you can go kiss my butt.
It's not the same.
It's not the same. Now you're out altogether.
You might as well just have Sour Shoes do it. Just get him in
Listen,
there.
brother.
No, he's not Hogan.
No, it's kind of like Hogan.
No, he's got there's something very like that Minnesota thing. I can't do it. I'd have to work on it for a week.
No, we'll get Tim Walsh.
You know what? I'll come back Monday. Who's that now? Do you ever think about that?
Did you see in the SI story that the Kamala Harris people, they asked Woj to break that it was going to be Tim Walz as the vice president?
And he wouldn't do it?
He said he would do it, but it came out before he was getting ready to send.
To drop the Woj bomb?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
How about that?
I did not know that. Wow.
Woj also came out in the story and said he has prostate cancer. That was not the reason that he stepped away, but he said, he wants to live life.
But he's okay?
They're not doing anything. He said, doctor said, if you're okay with it in your body, it's a slow-moving thing, and there's nothing that has to be done right now. So he's living with it.
Wow. God bless Woj, man. Shout out to that guy.
Left $21 million on the table, the story said.
At ESPN?
He had 3 years left at $7 million a year.
What a
You know what he's making at St. Bonaventure?
What's that?
$75,000 a year.
Well, he did pretty good for himself, right?
Yeah, he's got money.
He saved it up. Wow, what a run. Shout out to Woj, man.
Good story.
I saw he also was on 7 p.m. in Brooklyn this week with Carmelo, my friend Kaz now on that show, and Mero. He was a guest on that show, too, so he's doing the rounds right now. Anyways, moving right along. Should we get into some foosball?
Oh, you mean the announcer lineup?
Oh, boy.
There's only so much time.
Yeah, we've bantied about enough now. Let's get into it.
It's bandy, not banty.
I think it's banty.
No, it's bandied.
Don?
Don't ask me.
All right.
If I had to get, I when Peter said it, I didn't think to correct him.
Well,
It's bandied.
Bandied, not bantied.
Really? I like
a
it's
D,
like,
not a T.
You know what? Maybe you're not part of the
Do
next
we know the
iteration.
origin story of that phrase?
No.
Let's find out. While Peter's doing that.
Let's start out in Miami. This is an AFC East clash like none other. The Jets, led by, I don't know, against the Dolphins, led by 1 o'clock on CBS. You know who's on the call for that?
No,
You don't?
Who got it?
He's as quick as a hiccup.
Really?
Wow.
You know what? That's a gift.
Kevin Harlan joined by
That's a gift that neither deserve.
that's joined by Trent Green.
You know, they just put a golden wrapping paper around a box of poop.
Yeah, that's what
They
Kevin
gave
Harlan
us
is.
Kevin Harlan,
That's
a
right.
golden wrapping paper.
On the sidelines, the great Melanie Collins.
This rivalry never disappoints. When you Derek, take me through that run.
Let's go to Minnesota. You mentioned Tim Walz, who someday soon will be the answer to a great trivia question.
Which no one will get.
Isn't it crazy when you lose, immediately the VP and Doug Emhoff, they both become like trivia down the line.
Well, there's other things with Emhoff we're finding out,
You know,
too.
is that moving around?
Yeah, just moving around.
I haven't seen very much about it. You're the only one to mention it to me. It's out.
I've read it in several places.
Really, it's out there.
Yeah.
Well, that's for another day. Let's go to Minnesota.
Do you even know who the vice president for Hillary Clinton was going to be?
Tim Kaine.
Because he was on SNL.
Well, no, I might have remembered anyway because he's from Virginia.
Okay.
But in general, no one remembers any.
Right.
Who was with Dukakis?
Wasn't it a woman?
No, that was before. That was Geraldine Ferraro.
That was Mondale.
That was Mondale.
yeah.
Mondale Ferraro. Great ticket. Sort of like McGovern.
Are they doing the game?
I was going to say,
Mondale and Ferraro.
you know, the Democrats could feel bad, but there was a time where just winning a state was an
It's a great point. All right, Atlanta, Minnesota, 1 o'clock on Fox. Joe Davis.
Oh my gosh!
He'll be joined by Gray Uin.
Did I do a good job shaving?
Perfect.
Thanks. I didn't brush my hair because you told me it didn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Thanks.
And Pam Oliver on the sideline. That's right. The Falcons are 1-5 against the spread against teams with winning records this season. 0-4 in their last 4. The Vikings are 10-19 against the spread in their last 29 as home favorites. What a weird stat. What a bad game. Let's go to New York. The Saints and the Giants. Ugh. Ugh. What do you do in this poop bowl? 1 o'clock on Fox. You hand it over to the man they call Kevin Kugler.
And it's caught! It's a touchdown!
At
also,
least
he deserves better.
Well, at least everyone can be exciting for a Daryl Johnston, a.k.a. Moose sighting. And, of course, the great Laura Oakman on the sideline.
I love the love.
Now, this is really not a great Sunday so far. We go to Philadelphia. It's the Panthers and the Eagles. The Eagles are favored by so much against the Panthers, they had to come up with a new metric. They're favored by a fort ton, it's called. It's when you're favored by 37 points or more. Yes, that's right. Philadelphia hosting the Panthers, 1 o'clock
I will
on
tell
Fox.
you, the Caser's thinking about taking the Panthers.
I was thinking about it, too.
They
13.
have really started playing well.
They
almost beat
really,
KC.
No, they play well. They don't go away.
All right.
They're not going quietly into that
good night. All right, it's Adam Amin on the call.
Now stands erect.
He'll be joined by Mark Sanchez.
It's like a salmon covered in Vaseline, bro. This guy's just too slippery.
One half of Pink and Stink, Christina Pink.
Oh, yeah, the swagger is back.
Let's head over to Pittsburgh. Here's a game of sorts. Didn't this game just happen?
Yeah.
It's the Cleveland Browns
2 weeks ago.
at the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's not a great week to me if this year's version of Cleveland gets a...
Hello, Fritz.
Ooh.
Yeah. Jim Nantz. He'll be joined by, of course, Anthony Romo. and Tracy Wolfson on the sideline.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, just not a lot of options this week. Where else are they going to go? How about the next game at 1 o'clock? Las Vegas at Tampa?
Who's got that, baby?
Oh, come on.
Is it Kenny Albert?
No, Spiro Didi's at CBS.
That is Adetokounmpo.
He'll be joined by Adam Archuleta and Aditi Kinkwabala.
Joe Flacco, do you ever age?
I got to tell you what. You never mess that name up, and it impresses me.
Really,
It's not an easy name.
Hold on,
Aditi's name.
just so you know, I appreciate that. I messed it up the first 3 or 4 times, and I really worked. I was like, I have to be able to try to say this woman's name right.
And she's really good, too.
Her first name's easy.
Aditi.
Aditi's no problem.
Right. Kinkwabala.
It's the KHABW. Hubwa.
That'll throw most people, not you.
No, not me. It takes a lot of work, but I get there. I do the work.
Imagine Don reading that name. Can you imagine?
Well, imagine if it was a commercial. If he was recording a commercial about Aditi Kinkwabala. Can you imagine?
We'd still be here.
The face he's making doesn't look positive. He's ready for this 22 years to wrap up. Hey,
it's time.
Hey, guys, do you?
Oh, what does it smell like? Thursday?
No, this is like
You can't say Thursday anymore because that was great.
This smells like a Wednesday.
All right.
no, this is like a COVID Tuesday 9:30. Because you don't even have to say. I know what game you're talking about.
No, it's the Thursday Classic.
It's the quintessential Thursday. When they first started Thursday,
They went, what pieces of crap could we throw in this slot?
This might have been the game where, really, Buck and Aikman are doing this game?
Yeah, it's Jacksonville and Tennessee, 1 o'clock on Fox, and that CBS. Sorry, and that means it's Adam Cat. Damn it!
Going up high and bringing it down for 6.
That's Andrew.
Yeah, Andrew Cat.
A dollar right now. $1 before you move forward. $1 out of my pocket, which I've got alligator arms.
Sure you do.
Tell me the starting quarterbacks in that game. I'd like to know.
Well, it's not Trevor Lawrence.
Right.
He's down for
That's what makes
waiting
it
for
tough.
his head to grow back.
Hold on. Hear me out. I believe it's Mark Brunell and Aaron McNair.
You got it.
I knew it.
Yep, you got it.
Don?
That is really that's a good guess. That was going to be my guess.
Is Ryan Tannehill playing for Tennessee?
No.
It's not McNair, you said.
It is not McNair.
You know both?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Mac Jones
Yeah. Well, okay. Sure.
and Will Dungaree.
Sorry?
Will Dungaree.
Levi's.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Why Dungaree?
Well,
Why don't you go
called Dungarees?
Why don't you go Pantaloons?
But Levi's doesn't make pants.
Well, I would have said that. The way you asked the question, like something must have happened to him.
No.
Yeah, the way you said it made me think it wouldn't have been Levis.
So you're going to claim that's why you didn't get it? You would not have gotten Mac Jones.
Mac Jones I would have forgotten.
We know Will Levis.
But at least know Will Levis. I played against him last week.
You did. Did it hurt?
No, we did fine.
Oh.
No, but how would you have done, is what he's asking.
Thank you, Don. See, 22 years means something.
He'll be joined by Tiki Barber, by the way, Andrew Catalan.
You know what's funny? We were on a quest to find Quest.
Also,
Can I tell you one thing?
Yeah.
The clips you play on Tiki, it's insulting. You make him sound like those are terrible clips.
Well, what about Jason McCourty's clip?
More Giants fans that are just at home watching as Saquon Barkley is just doing what he does.
That's better, I guess.
That's much better.
A.J. Ross on the sideline.
Texans running back Joe Mixon dapping it up.
Now, if you just listen to On a Quest for Quest, it's kind of humorous. But it suggests he doesn't know how to get to the Quest Diagnostic Center where the Giants train.
Well, at some point
next to the building, even though it's not the same building, but it's the same parking lot that he played in for a decade.
Well, maybe it was like his first day going there.
But it wasn't Quest Diagnostics
when he was there.
When he was there,
I hear what
I'm saying if he couldn't find where MetLife Stadium is, it's the same place where Giant Stadium was. But I don't know the context of where that is.
Now, I'm not saying it's the equivalent.
No,
I'm really not saying it's the equivalent of Tennessee Jacksonville. But at 4:05 on CBS, we have Seattle and at Arizona, an NFC West clash for the ages. Ian Eagle on the call.
Gobbledygook.
He'll be joined by Charles Davis.
Joey Porter's getting away with being a little bit handsy early in this game.
And Evan Washburn.
The lobby is bustling. There is an energy here.
4:25, Chicago and San Francisco. It could be,
It's a rematch of the '84 championship game.
That's right. Yeah, well, they'll be celebrating that, I'm sure. It's
why not? It's the 40th anniversary.
Yeah,
right?
why not? It's and you'll be excited, of course, because it's a Kenny it's a Kenny Albert vehicle.
Kenny Albert here. I wrote a book. Look at me. Don's in the forward. Look at that.
Who's that?
That's
Dave.
That's Dave doing Kenny Albert.
Oh, wow.
Kenny Albert here. I wrote a book. Look at me. Don's in the forward. Look at that.
That's not how
Did Dave
Kenny
get a
sounds.
contact with you yesterday?
No,
Told me the most lovely text.
Really?
Yeah.
No, he's since I did not return his Happy Thanksgiving, we have not spoken.
Oh no!
And he didn't reach out to you. He's a wonderful
No, I heard from him.
You did yesterday? Okay.
He did not reach out to me. I guess we're
Jonathan
officially done.
Jonathan Vilma joining Kenny.
So he's not part of the new iteration.
No, if you're doing the math,
Right.
he's not going to be a part of the afternoon drive show. No.
Megan O'Leary
No,
on
I'm
the
not speaking
sideline,
out of
by the
school.
way.
The Trophy Hall of Fame, sick.
Now, guys, here you go. Here's the big game for Fox on Sunday. The Buffalo Bills against La Rams of Los Angeles. 4:25 on Fox. Kevin Burkhardt.
Keith, these are definitely not pumpkins.
Joined by the $40 million man, Tom Brady. And Aaron Andrews.
All right, old man, I can joke with you about that.
And, of course, Tom Rinaldi.
How spectacular and great is this?
Not a great game.
No, but Sunday Night Football is a fun AFC West battle. The Chargers and the Chiefs. You know what they say about the Chiefs, Michael?
They can be had.
That's right.
Yeah.
We'll find out if they're had on Sunday Night Football on NBC. Mike Tirico on the call.
They still seem to resonate.
There are 3 teams.
Chris Collinsworth.
Josh Allen's my fantasy quarterback.
And Melissa Stark on the sideline.
Chris Collinsworth is very excited because he started you on his fantasy team.
We didn't get into it on Monday because it was such a somber interview with Chris Mullins, but I think he said Don.
Oh, he said Don.
He confirmed Don.
Yes.
Didn't people almost? I was listening to the morning show at one point this week, and they almost said that he was making such an effort to say our name all the time that they thought someone had a conversation with him.
Was that you, Anthony?
I didn't say anything.
Did you pull him aside?
I did not, no.
You
Me
think
and Chris
somebody-
are not that close.
You think somebody did?
I didn't. I'm the one who made the booking.
He must have heard it. Does he listen? He doesn't live here anymore, does he?
He lives in San Francisco, I believe.
All right, lastly,
Maybe he's got the app.
Monday Night Football, Cincinnati and Dallas. Oh, my God, poor Joe Buck.
I have proof Joe Buck is the spawn of Satan.
Troy Aikman.
Come on, Daddy.
And lastly, suffering on the sidelines will be Lisa Salters.
Welcome to the playoffs.
Hey.
There'll be a Peyton Manning, Eli Manning vehicle with Bill Belichick and other. And there's an ESPN Disney Plus Simpsons alternate broadcast.
Well, that's why they couldn't flex out of this game. Did you know that?
With Drew Carter, Mina Kimes, and Dan Orlovsky.
Are the Simpsons people going to draw Dan Orlovsky?
I guess they
No,
will.
they did. I saw it.
Yeah, does he look Orlovsky with big bulgy eyes?
Yeah. They did a good job.
How'd Mina look?
It's hard, like a Simpson. Like it's hard to,
yeah, it's like
it's
her,
hard
but a
really to
Simpson.
describe it. But they would have flexed out of this easily. This is not a great game.
They can flex out?
Well, not because of were they going to redraw everything? It's the Simpsons game.
No, it's done. What's done is done. That'll do it for ENN and your NFL announcer lineup. It's brought to you by Security Dodge. Shop 24/7 at securitydodge.com during their wrap-up the year sales event. Thank you, Michael. I know you mean that.
We have breaking news from Kevin Weeks, our friend, colleague. Says the tandem of colleague Emily Kaplan and himself were told the Rangers have agreed to an 8-year contract extension somewhere between $11.5 and $12 million AAV for goaltender Igor Shesterkin.
Wow, that's big. And I guess by trading Trouba, they got some money.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's a coincidence. Although I don't think this contract kicks in until next year, but still, that's $8 million off the books next year too.
Right.